Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
Yeah, we got
Morning,
chocolate.
everybody.
So yesterday, I can't divulge into too much, but I had an appointment with my therapist, and man, I talked a lot about YouTube and the issues with going on around the community, and you wouldn't believe, in short, how much BS stacked upon my psyche, dragging me down in the community. And I realized, I can't always have a single topic on the morning coffee. So, we'll adjust as we go. Some days it'll be about one topic, some days it won't. But there's a lot of evolution going on in my soul, in my mind, in my heart, everything. Because I realized two main things. One, I'm going at everything wrong, and two, I'm seeing everything, and I was seeing everything wrong. But really quick, before we divulge more into that, I want to say hello to Hillbilly.
Sir.
And there's Ella right there.
Ella.
And there's a Daddy-O's.
Hey, son.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing today, Super Fast?
Oh, dude, I am pumped and ready to kick butt.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Hot topic.
All right.
Woo. Prime.
How you doing today, Ella? Goody dude.
I'm doing good.
It's a
Nice
cloudy day, so my internet's not doing the greatest. But we're here. We're alive. We're happy. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Is that a Pokemon on that cup? Hells yeah. I love it.
Pikachu. Pikachu.
That's right. So we're not going to really define a topic today, but I'm going to kind of talk about what I want to talk about, because there's just a lot on my plate. So two things I want to bring up that I posted yesterday, and it was kind of press buttons, but also share my exact thoughts of what's going on with some YouTubers I've seen. And by some, I mean like 6 YouTubers in total. So there's not one person I'm picking on. There's like a handful of people I'm picking on, right? I'm poking at, I should say. And I say 6 because that's how much I counted yesterday. And I didn't go down too far the rabbit hole, because after a certain point, I actually gave up and decided to focus on non-Magic the Gathering related things yesterday and have a little vacation after my appointment.
Nice. We all need a vacation from Magic.
Oh yeah.
For example, last night I put up I did 2 streams yesterday. And one of them wasn't even Magic.
You were playing Path to Exile last night.
Yeah, Path of Exile.
Which I thought was pretty great for the moment there, even though you didn't have your phone to watch chat. I remember that. That was sad. Oh, because it's always great when you interact with chat. You're really good at it. So, the 2 things I posted up on YouTube yesterday. First was a community post. In this community post, I gave 2 pictures that had 1, an email address to reach customer service at Wizard of the Coast, and 2, a direct line to customer service at Wizard of the Coast. And my point in the text with it said, if you want to complain to Wizard of the Coast, here's 2 good ways to reach them. Because 1, I'm tired of people just complaining about Wizard of the Coast without showing any form of leadership on what to do with trying to change things. Because I could try to build up a community unsuccessfully or successfully to get people to rally up against Wizard of the Coast. But if Wizard of the Coast ain't getting direct messages and direct lines and direct conversations, they can't document it and they can't follow a path, and they don't watch every YouTube channel out there, what makes you or me so special that they're going to watch our content, So I was thinking, let's give away for people who want to complain to Wizard of the Coast to be able to. then the second post was a short I made where I'm just pointing up at a screen saying, hey, if you want to complain about, you can complain about Wizards of the Coast, but complaining to Wizards of the Coast is a different thing. You know, I want people to understand that if you want to make change, you got to go attack the source. I mean, you can boycott Wizards of the Coast. You know, that's a way to show change. But if you directly contact them, get a lot of people to contact Wizards of the Coast, you can totally do that. It's free of charge, only cost you your time and effort to do it. And the more people you try to get involved, if you start making content about telling people how to reach Wizards of the Coast and how to complain to them and make content that follows it. I mean, heck, here's a video idea for the 6 of you I was talking about. If you want to complain about Wizards of the Coast and complain to Wizards of the Coast, make a video of you writing your freaking email or calling Wizards of the Coast with your complaint. Look, Tort's trying to help the community.
I mean, what good does it do? Well, for example, use an example. All right, let's say I do something. My viewers want to complain. They come over to you to press and complain. Instead of complaining to me. How am I going to know what they complain about if they don't complain to me and they complain to you?
Oh, yeah. Exactly. I mean,
I ain't going to know. And that's the same way with Wizards. They ain't going to know unless the people complain to them.
Right.
Instead of somebody else.
Right. Really quick, let's say hello to Space's Orb.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
It's going good. You hopped onto a stream that's probably going to be pretty fire today. Oh, okay. Man. All right. So, feel free to chime in when you want to chime in. If you have something to talk about it.
Magic sucks.
Yeah, Magic sucks. Just kidding. But so, no, Magic doesn't suck. We might not agree with Wizards of the Coast on everything they do, but Magic's still the best game in the world. To me, my opinion. I love the game. I still play Commander. I still have my cube. I'm not getting rid of my cards. I'm telling you what, my memories with these cards are still here, and the memories I keep creating are still here. The times I have to playing with them, having fun, connecting with people. Sometimes I get to play with the child in the house here. Sometimes I get to play with the wife in the house here. It's still a way to connect and have fun and play the game. Wizards of the Coast doesn't influence that. That is all me playing with Wizards of the Coast toys. H2O. Ella will be back. He's resetting the nets.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, well, you got it you're on the right path there. I mean, one voice counts, but they're not going to listen to one voice.
Right.
A million voices will blow their head off, and they would find out what the public wants, and maybe they'll change it.
Oh yeah,
but that is only if they go to the source, which is Wizards.
Right. You got to go to the source, and maybe the source doesn't care.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who knows? You got to try. You like here's my disposition. A lot of people who are just complaining about Wizards of the Coast are leading by word and not by example.
Right.
So let me ask you this. So Magic is the cards are patented. I mean, nobody else can print them.
Yeah, they're copyrighted, patented, trademarked, everything.
So there is another option that you guys is game copyrighted.
Yes, it's copyrighted. It's trademarked
everywhere. Yeah, it's completely covered.
I mean,
well, I was going to suggest doesn't matter now because they're protected. So and what I was going to say was going to be kind of silly, I guess.
Well,
Be the-
you should. Thank you. Well, no, well, what you're about to say doesn't touch. That kind of touches on people who proxy cards. People who
Yeah.
proxy cards. People print out cards and play with them. There's ways to go around the loophole of playing Magic. If you live in a proxy-friendly community, there's ways to play with the new cards and not support what you want. If that's the case, but my dilemma is don't proxy cards because you hate the company. Proxy cards because you can't afford the cards.
Right.
Or you want to.
I mean, that don't make no sense. Why proxy a card if you don't like the product?
Right.
If you don't like the product, there's other games out there you can go to.
Yep. Even some mechanics of the game are protected. That is very true. Like keywords and stuff. Yeah, MetaMonk, greetings.
That's why Yu-Gi-Oh cards have like paragraphs of text because they can't take any of the wording from Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Not only that, they want to make it hard for people to proxy Yu-Gi-Oh cards by adding lots of text that is too tiny to read.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
ridiculous.
Read the small print.
Like you have to have
Pretty
a
much
high-
is. It's a user agreement in every Yu-Gi-Oh card. I swear. It's so ridiculous.
Like in order to make a good quality proxy of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, you have to have a high DPI number on those prints. Like high DPI is dots per inch. Holy cow! I mean, you're talking about like 500 and more, and 500 at least. Holy cow! It's tiny. It's tiny.
Tiny.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're very. The cards are very beautiful. So I mean, the graphics that go in it. I mean, I don't know what kind of staff they have to, put the pictures on the card, and then they got to have somebody to come up with the power of the card,
Mhm.
and so it's probably a pretty. I'm sure it's not one person going to the computer and generating a graphic and then typing out the power and
There's
and
a
all
team
that.
of people who do it. There's a team of people who design every single card. Like there's different people who design cards. People give their input. They change it. They adjust the power level. They try to make it fit in the world of Magic and in the meta that it's built for. Yeah, and I agree with MetaMonk because I do the same thing. I only proxy if I own the card and need another. Yep. But like I don't want to focus on the proxy aspect because that is not what today is really about. Because that's a different hot button topic, and I think that deserves its own topic too. Proxying. One thing I want to get at is the familiarity, the similar thing. The what do you call it? My brain ain't working. When different things share a common theme. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Is that definition?
Travel?
What?
You ain't talking about travel, are you?
Tribal? No, not tribal. No, when like when say five different people share a common trait type thing.
Oh,
When five different channels have like a same goal that's unspoken. I think I defined it well enough that if you think of the word, it's there. It's Manila. You're okay. Do what you can. We love you. But anyways, a bunch of channels who complain about Magic the Gathering, a bunch of channels who don't complain about Magic the Gathering. There's a similarity. A similarity works there, James. I'll take that. There's a similarity between the channels, right? And that is monetization. Not that they're monetized, like channel monetized. Some of them are monetized. But the thing is these channels are making money. They're making money even if their channel's not monetized. They're finding ways to make money. And this goes through a lot of things. And the focus I want to bring in on is, and this is what got me confused for a while, because I was debating if I was doing the wrong thing here. Like I was debating myself, am I doing the wrong thing? And do I have the wrong focus? Am I thinking of this the wrong way? Is people are monetizing their channels, not only trying to build a community, but they're trying to build a bank account out of this community. You know? Yeah, commonality. Thank you, Madam Monk. That was the word I was trying to think of for sure. But similarity and commonality are the exact same word I was thinking of. So the commonality between these channels is people banking off the community. Now, you might not know some of these channels that I'm talking about. I know you know a couple of the channels I'm talking about, but I don't just focus on our community, because our community stems from, like DJ Longhair to Prime to Hillbilly to me. Like, the community I feel like I'm involved with is smaller than the community I'm talking about. Because there's people I search up on accident. Like, I'll search things up, search video topics up, and find different channels that I don't even know about, watch them, gauge them. Trying to do the intelligent thing by researching. But like, the one thing I see is everybody's shooting for that money. Everybody's trying to find ways to make that money. And people are trying to bank off of YouTube, because their end goal is to be sufficient off being a content creator or a channel moderator, or not channel moderator, a brand manager of their channel, and I realized that money is the end game here. So if talking negative about Wizards of the Coast and Magic's Gathering is what's drawn in the money and bits, they're going to talk about that, even if it requires no real leadership.
Right.
That is what's been bothering my brain, is the lack of leadership in what they say. I mean, it's like going to church and I'm not telling you to go to church. It's just a metaphor. It's like going to church. You have a preacher at the pulpit, and he's like, well, you can serve a God. Here's my opinion about him. Instead of the preacher being like, serve God. Here's how I do it. Here's how the Bible says it. Let's do that. No, I'm not getting into religious context here. I'm using that as a metaphor. So let's stay away from religion here. I'm talking about leadership. Like, why have a military commander? Like, so if you're in the military, your leader tells you what to do, but doesn't give you any footing or instruction on what to do, or doesn't have an example to show you what to do. Why should you do it? You're in training. If you're in training, basically, you need to learn how to do it. There's some self-learning you got to do, but there's some steps you need to take. And some of the steps you need to take need to come from the leadership above you to train you and get you ready for the real world of the military there. That's just another weird example. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a weird example, but the commander gives the order, and then it's up to the chain of command to get to the lowest level and to follow the order, and that's it. I mean, you don't have an opinion on the order. The order might not make any sense to you,
Right.
but you got to follow the command.
Right. Well, I'm not saying that's how the leadership should be in the Magic community, because it should be a decision all the way around. Because when you're talking to the mass of people, you need to talk to them, and you're trying to influence them, because two things are true about being a content creator on YouTube. One, even if you don't mean to, everything you say is considered an authority. Like, if I tell you that red is the best color in the world, I'm telling you that you're listening to it like I have authority. Right. And even if you agree or disagree with that, you're going to take that like that as a viewer. The second thing is, as a content creator, is if you're showing people or telling people like how to improve their life or how to change something, like with Wizards, if you don't show them a way to do it or give them an example, the less motivated they're going to be to actually do that. I mean, it's easy to rally up a group of people, but it's hard to do the right thing by showing them how to do it. And I think a lot of people don't want to lead by example because maybe Wizard of the Coast would want to sponsor me. I don't want to talk crap on Wizards. Maybe Wizard of the Coast wants to support my channel. What if they watch my channel? I don't want to get in trouble. You know, there's a lot of fear that's probably backing them up because they're like, I want to talk about how bad this thing is going, how bad this product may be, or how bad my opinion is against this company. Maybe they're watering it down because they're hoping Wizards of the Coast will be like, oh, this guy is great. But you can't go into a leadership position and try to suck up to the company you're complaining about, you know, because some people act like that in the community, which I think is completely and utter bullshit. I mean, you gotta have the cojones to say what you mean and mean what you say, you know, and by that you got to lead by example. There, you gotta, if you're gonna say Wizard needs a change, you need to show how people can help make that change. You know, you got to show them what you mean. You got to show them that you mean what you mean, you know, and you say what you mean.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's your channel, so you're the leader, of your channel. You direct the way that it's going to go. I mean, you steer it. Sometimes you have a carte blanche and people can say whatever they want, but you have an opinion. You're the leader. You want people to think your way because that's what your channel's about. Even though you say, it's an open opinion and, people, their voice counts just as much as yours, but in reality, you're steering your channel,
Right.
the way you want it to go.
Right.
But you also give anybody the forum to say their 2 cents.
Oh yeah. Yeah, James says, I believe you want to lead by example. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I don't agree with all the channels and what they say, but like I'm willing to put someone on the carpet, you know, and be like, and like that's why I made my post. I'm putting people on the carpet who are complaining and not leading by example, saying you need to lead by example.
Yeah.
You want to be able to back up your words. Exactly. You want to show people that you're deserving the respect that you're demanding by leading by example. No, we are the followers. I'm no. Okay, no. I'm the leader of the show,
Right.
but I'm.
That's what that comment was getting at. You're the leader. We are the followers.
But you don't follow me.
Because we're sub to you, and we follow what you say.
Right, but I'm not building. I'm building a clubhouse, basically. I'm not building. We are the creep. There you go. that was.
I mean, you get what I was coming from when I typed that.
Go ahead, Billy. We are the creep. That's right. And one thing I've been thinking about lately about that creep comment is building a creed for being a part of the creep. A cult. DeBalt's Princess. Hello. Hey, DeBalt. I asked everybody if they wanted to be on. I didn't know if you wanted to be on because you didn't respond. Are you able to be on, or are you just chilling and chatting? That's cool. No, but like what I want to build is consistency in dialogue here. You know, I want to build consistency in dialogue. Like, remember the other day I had the live, and I'm like, I want to say what I mean. I want to mean what I say. I want to give my opinion as if that's how I believe it. And if my opinion has to change based on fact, I want to say what I mean, And by doing that, I want to be respected for my words and how I treat my words. I don't want to take my words for granted anymore, because I can't take words for granted anymore, because the truth, and I learned this from the backlash people have given me, like in chat and stuff from different areas, is that if I say something and I don't mean it, which is never really the case. I don't try to say anything. I try to never say anything I don't mean. But like if I say something and I can't back it up or don't back it up, that takes respect out of me. And that takes respect out of you. Takes respect out of you. That takes respect out of you. And that's not like a negative connotation there. It's just, if you don't have a footing on what you say and you just go in there weak, people push you around, no one's going to take you seriously. You know, even to the point where you want to be an authoritative person on YouTube, because like I said before, when you're on YouTube and you're a content creator, people take what you say with some authority. You know, even if you don't mean it, even if you don't mean like anything, like if you think Mountain Dew tastes terrible, someone's going to get offended by that no matter what, you know. But everybody's looking at you saying that's an authoritative statement. I disagree. You're wrong. Burn in hell. All that jazz. You
That's
know.
right. Coca-Cola's better. Woo-hoo.
Mountain Dew is.
I like Mountain Dew. Don't get me wrong, but
I
I like
do
Coke
too.
better. I like Coke better nowadays, especially Coke Zero.
Mountain Dew is the only product that Coke or any other soda thing can't recreate. It has its unique formula, and it's the only Pepsi product, I'll drink. But to get off the thing, I mean, I'm spinning out of control here, but you're right. If you have an opinion on something, Derek, and sorry,
You're good.
if you have an opinion and you believe your opinion, then you can back it up by, facts. I mean, you're not going to say something that's untrue.
Right.
You know?
And like I've had in my conversation before, if I say something that I believe is fact, but for some reason I got the facts misunderstood and someone showed me the facts, I will lean on the side of fact more than my opinion, because the facts are true. It's like the instructions on toilet paper show you how the toilet paper is supposed to be on the roll, and and just because the original copyright instructions have it a certain way, I just have to follow it that way.
Well, yeah, but not all facts are truth. So,
Right, but there are facts that are true, and like facts that are not true are not facts.
well, yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword there. But I believe that you're trying to do that. You're doing the best you can to have a great channel. To be honest with anybody who's on there,
Right.
So,
Well, I have something I can probably add to this. It's kind of similar, much similar topic. I'm gonna take Call of Duty for example. I'm a huge Call of Duty player. I always have been. I've played Call of Duty all the way dating all the way back to Black Ops 2. And I really loved old Call of Duty, and a lot of them, like players that have played as long as I have like the same effect to a degree, where it's like, well, we really like the old Call of Duty. The new ones are just, it's way too much. We don't want this. But they have to be innovative enough to make a difference, because realistically it's the same kind of game, right? Every time they come out with a new one, you're either going to be the kind of person that's excited for the changes that are made that make the game different from previous Call of Duties, or you're going to be one of those people that's going to be like, well, I guess there's three here. The second person would be this isn't as good as the old Call of Duty. There's that person. And then the last person would be like the person who's like, why am I playing this game? Like this, it's the same game over and over again. It never changed. It has the same game modes. It's the same game. You're in first person mode. You have guns and you shoot each other. But either of those categories, the weird part about it is that regardless of what is happening, even the people complaining about the game are still playing the game. And here's kind of a crazy example. So recently, they dabbled into the battle royale aspect of the game of games, and it started to take off much bigger than they anticipated. So they decided to, when they made the new battle royale Warzone, is what it's called, and they made their new Warzone, they completely got rid of all the old implements that made the other battle royale so good.
Mm-hmm.
And all these players are like, this game sucks. The game's terrible. I think they lost over 1 million players at one point. They were down like by 1 million, and they weren't getting any new players. But Activision didn't care. They were like, oh, well, if they don't like our game, they don't have to play it. And that's just the mindset they have, because Activision is a multi-billion-dollar company. They don't care. They don't care whether or not their players drop, because they know that they're going to come out with a new game, and everybody's just going to jump onto the train and continue to go down that route. It's just kind of interesting, because I think like Wizards of the Coast is kind of the same thing. They can hear the complaints and they'll know of the complaints, but they're not going to change, because that requires them to change so much about the game.
Right.
And it's not worth it. The money for that is going to cost more than just sticking to the same path that they go. And I think that's kind of how it is, sadly. And that's just one of those things. So yeah, there's this kind of an idea of similar thing, because I stopped playing Call of Duty. I actually have this last one I bought. I'm not getting the new Modern Warfare. I really wanted to. I was really hoping they could, have something to get me to influence to get back into the franchise again, but it just seems like they're going in a direction I don't want to be a part of it anymore. And I've spent thousands of dollars on their games, cosmetics, because there's in-game microtransactions within the game now. They've really pushed. I think they pushed people around too much, but I don't know. It's crazy. It's just a very similar thing. There's a YouTuber I occasionally watch, because he's a little too whiny for me, but he directly talks about the negative impacts of what Call of Duty is doing and how they're screwing people over and so on and so forth. But I can't listen to all of it, because a lot of it's just filler. But he does have some key points, saying that, regardless of what happens, regardless of what anyone says, Activision has these Call of Duty meetings with all these content creators, and they tell them what they're doing in the next, X amount of whatevers. And then they like, do you guys have any opinions? You guys should do this. You guys really shouldn't do that. You guys shouldn't really do this. And then they're like, okay, cool. We appreciate your feedback. And it never happens. So that's just kind of, it's just one of those things. But yeah, I'll get it passed back over to Derek so he can do a shout out.
Shout out. That's right. I want to shout out the channel sponsor today at Carnes Artopia, where you can get sweet dice bags, sweet dice boxes, sweet Magic the Gathering ornaments, dice pets. You can get cool little business card holders with a set of D&D dice. It is pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. Check it out. High quality homemade products that are awesome for you. And you should check it out, because if there's something you'd like and want it customized to your business or your personal channel, go ahead. Have fun. Have a conversation with Carnes Artopia. You can find it with Darc. Thank you for that. And let's get back to the rolling. And no, you're right. You're right, because one franchise that continues to piss me off the most, that I love the most, just like you say you do with Call of Duty, is Mortal Kombat. Like I loved Mortal Kombat, and its high peak to me was, in my opinion, was Mortal Kombat 5 and 6. Was it Deception? There was Alliance and
I just know we played a lot of Armageddon.
well, that's because that's the only copy we had at the time. But I know you played a lot of Deception more than me. The one right after Deadly Alliance.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was the best. I thought that was the right direction, but then I loved the way you can move side to side and forward and everything. Because like I was able to use those in my tactics and attacking, and I got really good with the games. Then they took out all the stuff I liked that they were doing. I guess people didn't like it. I'm like, what? And I bring this up and I bring what you say up about Call of Duty because I think Magic's kind of doing the same direction. They're doing what they want. There are people who disagree, but no one's going out to Wizards, at least not verbally saying so, or they're not showing it on YouTube that they're complaining to Wizards, And all I want to do is build the trust that people, when I want to build the trust that if I say something, I believe something, that's what I believe, and I hope we can build from that, because I the logic behind it is here, and I'm touching my nose, be like, on the nose. The logic here is if I'm willing to call you out on the carpet, I gotta be, people got to be able to call me on the carpet too, if I mess up, because that's how it is. If I put my foot down and say you're doing something wrong, and if I ever do something wrong, I gotta expect the same.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to complain to Wizards, and you want me to complain to Wizards also, how am I going to complain to Wizards if you don't show me how to go about doing the complaining?
Right?
Ain't no way.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Wizards gets a lot from social media. I almost said Twitter, but X, unless they ever change that back. On X, if you're Xing out your messages on X and Xing them across the lens, how stupid that sounds. People on YouTube, there are people we know Wizards do watching YouTube, and they probably hear some people talking about it. But we need a line of people. There's two things that really need to happen. Let me get this off screen because we're done with that. There's two things that need to happen. One is people need to start complaining to the source, and two, people need to start speaking with the wallets. Like I talked about the two-facedness of the community is people. There's a handful of people who talk bad on the product, but then buy the product just to open up for content because they're like, we need the content. We need to fill in time. Well, there's different ways to build content out there. Start your own series. Hello, Prime 406.
I mean,
hello.
What's up, Prime? It's not on. I don't mean to pick on Wizards or anything like that, but I mean other stuff though. If you have a complaint about it and you want people to get on the bandwagon with you to make the complaints, you got to show them how to do it. Otherwise, you're just shooting the air.
So, are you guys going to stop buying cards?
I haven't bought product myself in a long time.
Are you going to stop trading cards? You're going to just
trading cards is not part of boycotting. Boycotting is stopping your money flow to the company.
Right, I understand that.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to read this comment. It says Gavin V on Good Morning Magic needs to offer a lot more information about the true behind the scenes activity. That'd be nice to know how the meat is made, the sausage is made. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then right. Don't buy it if you don't like it. That's right. So go on. What were you saying, Daddy-O's?
Oh, I'm just saying, I don't know. You guys are complaining about Wizards, and stop buying the cards.
Right.
If you don't have bought cards in a long time, then you're already done. You're done with it, but you
Mhm.
still have the cards you have to enjoy Magic.
Well,
And
so we do have the cards we have to enjoy Magic, and they're coming out with things we want from Magic. I mean, I'm not going to tell people to not buy what they don't want or what they want, right? I'm going to tell them if you don't like it, don't buy it. But like
right,
for example, Ixalan's coming out now. How two-faced would I be? How hypocritical would I be if I told you not to buy a product? Then I go out and buy a product myself. Like Ixalan has Jurassic Park themed cards coming in it, like legitimately trademark Jurassic Park
right,
themed cards in it. I'm gonna want that. I'm gonna want it. Like, one thing that was said before, and I'll reiterate again, is if you do not want the product, if it's not for you, don't interact with it. But if it's something for you, interact with it. Like what I think your boycott should be with the stuff you don't want to interact with. You need to show Wizards what you want to interact with. Now, millions of people have to do the same thing because they're making millions of dollars. All I hear is people trying to be influencers and not influencing. And the reason why is because there's no integrity in what they're doing, right? There's no integrity. They're saying, don't support this product. But then there are people being like, oh, I'm buying this product because you want to see this content telling you not to buy. Here we go. Let's open this up. Then also they're not saying, well, if you don't like it, they're not saying if you don't like it, they're not telling you to go to Wizards themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling you to go to Wizards themselves. They're not telling you how to do it. They're not telling you to do it. That's why I gave people ways to reach Wizards, because these people aren't doing it. If someone stumbles across my if people stumble across my post and like, oh, there's the email to Wizards, there's the phone number to Wizards, people can be like, well, let's do something.
okay. Well, now you guys are correct in what you're saying, but now you got another thing is that what about all the new players who don't have cards? They're gonna buy all the cards they need, and you guys aren't buying them, but the new people need to buy the cards because they don't have them,
And that's going to happen. That's one of the reasons why Wizards is focused on the new players. I believe that they're focused on the new players because they don't know who or what to listen to when it comes to buying product. In fact, they even said in their fireside chat they kind of want to phase out the older players because they're hindering the game compared to the newer players.
Yeah. So
and really, it's just aggravated collectors in general because Wizards is kind of attacking the collectors industry and trying to make everything brand spanking new. Yo. But really quick, I want to show you guys something because if it's on stream once, share screen. I want to show. Boom, share. Look. How do I complain to Magic the Gathering? Here under the number 1, there is a link. There's not a link. There's the email. Get directly to Wizards of the Coast. It's called investigations@wizards.com. You can complain to them there, right there. Investigations@wizards.com. A direct email to them. Then I click over here. Oh, look, there's a phone number that you can contact Wizards to complain to them about. There's 1-800-324-6496. Oh, my Lord. Taurus
That's
is
not what
backing up
that's
what he
for,
says.
right?
Well, that's what it came up. So if it's not what it's for, they're
That's
doing
how
it
you
wrong.
get that's how you get your product replaced.
Yeah. And what are you talking about? You haven't said anything all day. Now you're saying something? Where have you
My
been?
phone's been shitty, all right?
Yeah, we miss you, Prime.
No, you don't want to hear what I've been yelling in the background.
Oh, What, you disagree that I don't think people should contact wizards?
No, I agree with that. Here's my issue with that. Multi-billion-dollar company is going to listen to an email, tell them they suck. I seriously doubt that. Even if it's in the thousands or tens of thousands. What needs to be done is people need to complain with their wallets.
Well, which we covered a bit of that too.
Which, stop buying stuff if you don't like it. Like, that's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. You want to buy tons of stuff from Amazon? Nope. I didn't.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I mean,
I looked. I wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah, my
And I
wife
still
looked
get
at it
shit cheaper
yesterday.
from somebody else. So
Yeah, the one thing I looked at Amazon.com, my wife's like, "We don't need that." It was a high definition projector.
yeah, because you definitely need to spend money on stuff like that.
Well, it was on sale. Then I'm like, "Look, we need that." She's like, "Well, we use that." I said, "Well, in my fantasy land, when we want to watch an 80-inch screen, we could do that." But no, but yeah, like I said, I will stand by what I say. People need to reach out to wizards, even if you say that they're not going to listen to you. We need, if you can if you're going to try to build a following complaining about wizards, you need to give people a way to reach out to complain to wizards.
Right.
Yep. That's
You need
That's
to build
what you
that
do.
integrity and respect.
if they listen to you or not, at least you reached out to them and gave them your opinion of their direction.
Oh yeah.
But then, you don't have your echo chamber rallying behind you and all that good stuff. So, if you complain to the masses instead of just the phone number, you don't got a bunch of Timmies on your side.
Well, if you're going to build a community, about trying to make change, you got to definitely show them how to make the change. Wizards of the Coast ain't just going to listen to you unless you're a big name, and not everybody's a big name, especially when you have, it may seem big to have 1,000 subscribers, but that's nothing in the long run, right? In general, 2,000 subscribers is nothing big. 3,000 subscribers is nothing big compared to what people are trying to do. There are certain YouTubers out there with a huge subscriber count, with a huge retention rate that could be saying the same stuff. But there's a lot of people out there who are like, oh, I want to kiss Wizard's ass because I want them to support me and look at my channel. But I'll complain. And I'm like, how does that make sense? I mean, all it really comes down to is a lot of people are trying to make money off YouTube. And there's no flaw in the logic of trying to make money, but there's a flaw in the logic of trying to be a leader in that case, trying to be an influencer. Like, if you're going to be an influencer, you're taking up the mantle of authority. I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right.
Stupid, but it's how it is.
I feel like that's just I have to disagree, buddy. That's just an opinion. Like,
oh yeah. Okay, I understand.
yeah.
I understand that's an opinion in what you're saying. Oh, that's an opinion, but to influence suggests having authority, right? If you're influencing, that means you're taking authority to say something.
Yeah, but making YouTube content and influencing are two different things, dude. There is a difference between the two. I hate the word influencer because it makes you sound like you're telling people what to do.
That's the authority part. Like, right. You don't always have to agree with authority,
but it's different.
That's what a lot of people are touching on right now. Is trying to be that influencer. Listen to my opinion. I have something to say. And if you're gonna be that person who's trying to influence against Magic, you got to show the stuff to go back and say, this is how you do it.
So what's your excuse me. So are you trying to be an influence now? Or are you just gonna
I'm trying to stick to my guns right now, and I'm still deciding what I want to be because I am in the middle of a crisis of figuring out who I am in this Magic community because because I was trying for the longest time I was developing my content, my opinions around everybody else's, which was a bad idea. Like, I was trying to formulate and find myself through other people. Now I'm trying to find myself outside of these people because like there's a lot of things I disagree with. There's a lot of things I do agree with, and the one thing I keep looking at is people's words over actions. I mean, that's what's been bothering me the most.
Again, though, like I said the other day, that's just YouTube in a shell, man. It's not even just Magic. It's everybody. It's the world that we live in is like that. You know what I mean? It's like everybody wants a fucking echo chamber. Everybody wants to get paid to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thinks their opinion is entitled and correct.
That's true. And you know, that's what I'm trying. All I'm trying to do is point out that simple BS, because for the longest of time, my majority of viewing content was Magic the Gathering, like just pure Magic the Gathering, scatting out different channels, scatting out different things for Magic the Gathering, trying to come up with different Magic the Gathering content ideas. And honestly, the most people I've enjoyed are the people who are not covering the bullshit of WotC. Then the people who are covering the bullshit of WotC, they're doing exactly what I'm doing, but without any backup. Not saying reach out to Wizards. You know, they're not saying reach out to Wizards. They're not saying try to make an impact. They're just saying listen to me, follow me, like and subscribe. I'm like, that is bullshit. You know,
those same people spent $30 on Soldevia excavations. That's a
right.
$12 card, mind you.
Right. You know, so all I'm trying to reform here, all I'm trying to reform here is I want people to start backing up their words with action. That's all. Because
you're pissing up the rope with that, dude. It's not going to happen. It's YouTube. This is the most fakest thing in the world.
You know, and you know, well, it's as fake as it's going to be, but believe it or not, well, I'm pretty sure you'd believe it. Because like yesterday when I was in my therapy appointment talking about everything going on, we were talking about all the issues, and the wife was with me, and the therapist was there, and they're like, dude, your community seems very depressing. I'm like, well, yeah.
Welcome to Magic.
I'm like, you know, and I'm like, you know, and Tibalt's like, you need to find the positive things too. I think so. I think you do, SFT. Yeah, like the positive has been lacking, and the problem with the positivity right now is it's being in the small community that I've built myself in. It's overwhelming the negativity, and so I'm trying to find a way to be strong in my own light, because I suck at being strong with, you know, I suck at being strong. So me coming out here telling you, not you, but you, the people out there who are creating this content without any backup, is a pretty bold statement for me. Pretty bold and pretty ballsy, because all I know is I was just rolling around, trotting around, going with the flow, and I'm like, wait, something's got to give here. If we just keep screaming at a wall, nothing for sure is going to happen. If you keep screaming without saying, here's how we fix the problem, nothing's going to happen. Like people will come up like, I have an idea that, you know, if Wizards wants to change something, here's an idea. And they're like, still, nothing's happening if you're not targeting the source. I'm like,
well, if they have an idea, they need to take it to Wizards and not just some random person. A random person can't do nothing.
Here's my thought on it.
Wrong. The random person's going to like and subscribe and agree with everything you say.
That's very true.
Because when they call Wizards, it's going to fall on deaf ears. That's what I'm trying to get at here. I understand what you're trying to do. It's a fool's errand, dude. It's no going to fall upon deaf ears.
Look, it's only deaf until it starts affecting their wallets.
That's what I said. That's why I say vote with your goddamn wallet instead of calling them. Just stop buying shit from them.
Well,
it's easy.
but see, it's like those are two things which I mentioned earlier.
Bitch, I work.
I mentioned earlier that need to be taken. If you don't support the product, don't buy the product. But I'm not the person who says, I'm not the person who's going to tell you not to buy the things you enjoy. Because like I said, there's a Jurassic Park that I want to enjoy it. And I'm not going to lie and say, I'm going to stop buying Magic product all across the line. I'm only going to get into the product that I want to be involved with. And
Right.
like
Which has been the get-go since the fireside chat for most people, because
Right.
they even said it themselves. You don't like it, don't buy it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because that was even said, if you only interact with the things you want to interact with.
Yeah, I don't like saying what they said because I think it's stupid.
It is stupid, but you know what? It's probably the truest way you can say it.
It's business jargon. It's stupid.
You know, like that's how it is. Like if I had my way, if I could afford it, I'd draft all the sets I want to draft. You know.
Okay. Well, okay. Are you going to buy any Rav remastered?
That's my plan.
Can you afford it? And I don't mean that in the rude way.
That's
that shit's going to be expensive.
We are saving for that too.
Okay. See, you're budgeting out properly as one should in a game like this, right?
Right.
You shouldn't be me and fucking spend $400 on payday because you want to.
Right. Well, since we can't afford just to do that, we do try to plan about it. And like the dinosaur set and Ravnica Remastered are the two things I'm most excited for. We've already set aside the saving budget ideas plans.
Yeah, and I think that's fantastic, right? Because not only are you saving money that way, you're not buying the whatever you don't want to buy. Because you're kind of like, I was buying new stuff even if I didn't like it just to try to get the channel. I stopped doing that about a year ago.
Oh yeah, and that
I
was
only buy what I
in your own way. When you made that decision, you made a leadership decision by acting on it and showing people.
And I mean, too, like that's just all my work experience shit. Like, I've been doing management stuff for almost 20 years. Like, I get what you guys are saying, but trust me when I say big corporations don't listen to people complain. It's people like me that have to listen to people complain and fix it. However, there's nobody in Wizards like me to listen and fix it.
Right.
It goes to some automated bullshit or an AI and gets sucked into their spam filter somewhere.
Well, there's two things. And there's always two things, apparently. Two things I want to point out.
Yeah, max out the card, pay an extra 21%. Don't ever do that. Don't ever buy Magic on a credit card. That is the worst idea ever, because you're going to end up paying so much more for it.
That's a bad idea. Yeah. So first
buy
thing,
singles from James.
So the first thing I want to know is every time you complain to Wizards of the Coast, they actually have to document it. Hence why if you can get a bunch of people.
If I believe that to be the case, I would say go for it. I don't believe that to be true, though. I literally think it just ends up in limbo.
It's Activision, man. It's literally what I talked about earlier.
And I heard that. That's why I hopped in. I was like, dude, this guy's nailing it on the head with the Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. When you're a multi-billion-dollar company, 1,000 people. Look at it. I just said, Activision lost 1 million Warzone players, 1 million players, and they didn't care.
They don't give a shit. It's like Bungie with Destiny. They don't give a shit. And now they give a shit. They're trying to finally fix the game, but it's 10 years too late.
Well, it's because Activision dipped out.
Oh yeah, but that's been 3-4 years of that since then, and they've been trying to fix their game that Activision broke since then, and they can't because they've lost everybody that plays it.
You'd be surprised. Destiny actually still has quite a large group. I have a large group of friends that are heavy.
I know.
But yeah, no. But it's not like it's not a AAA title.
It's not Halo Infinite.
Yeah, exactly.
By any means. That game, I feel bad for Halo.
Yeah. Considering that was like my childhood.
Also, good thing I didn't have to pay for the newest one. Thank you.
For sure. And Prime is right. Like these multi-billion-dollar companies, they don't care if they lose 1 million people. There's going to be new people coming in. Of course,
always.
Of course, they always want to cater to the new players.
Right. We talked about that earlier.
With Activision, with their new Call of Duties, they're catering to the new players, making it easier for new players to win more. Like and I don't know if you understand this, but like KD is a very popular thing in
spot on, dude. Yeah,
right.
KD's all that matters.
KD's all that matters, right? So what Activision decided to do with their new Call of Duties is if you get an assist, and you get
It counts as a kill.
it counts as a kill for you now.
Yeah, because
So now they're
because-
catering to those players that can't
Right.
kill anybody, but just
Right.
happen to get a shot off, and someone
because
else kills
nobody can lose anymore.
Yeah.
That's the other issue too. That's why power creep sucks so hard, and that's why I think certain singles need to be not dirt cheap, because they're right. Like it just means, oh, I could get a mana crypt for $5 and I could get duels for $5. Now I have a CEDH deck. That's not how that should work. You should earn that some way.
Oh yeah.
You should build to a point. That shouldn't be your entry level.
Yeah,
You know
like,
what I mean?
When they reprinted Mana Crypt, that was like the one.
I'm not even mad about that. I want to see what happens.
Yeah,
I
that
wanna
was the
see if
one
I'm
thing. I'm
right.
like, that was like a reprint that didn't need to happen. I'm like, that made no sense to me. Like Cavern of Souls makes sense because of the set it's in. You know, even though it
Right,
didn't
but
need
the other
reprint.
ones maybe not.
Yeah, it didn't need the reprint, but it made sense in the set because the tribal set. But Mana Crypt, we're not running Eldrazi's. You know, we're not running anything huge, like super huge. Why do you need that? Even though I don't think it's going to be in the main set, it's going to be
No, it's not. But that's part of the thing they've been doing lately with mini reprint sets.
All right. So
Look,
the second thing I wanted to bring up about, you know, I said they have to document it because every time they investigate, they have to document it. Is if the second thing is if bigger channels who are complaining about this got people to start going in and sitting in reports, report after report, that might make a dent in the idea of things. But the one thing I wanted to highlight that you covered, you both covered, I wanted to highlight, is I remember they got a lot of backlash on Secret Lair, Walking Dead, and they said we know two things. A lot of people complained about it, but it was our best selling set.
Right, but now it's like there's secret layers every day, you know.
Right. You know,
yeah,
so
I get it. Yeah, every time I log in to
and that's why I
Arena,
say
I get an advertisement for Secret Lair. I swear. It says one every single
it's
time.
just the Timmies have more money than everybody and more credit cards, right? And they definitely outweigh the rational people.
Mhm.
That's why you're going to get about 10,000 people, let's say 10 to 50,000 people that are on our side.
Right.
And then there's 1.5 million other Timmies out there.
Oh yeah.
They're not going to listen to that 10 to 50,000.
No.
Mhm.
No, it's completely ignored.
No,
Yeah,
like we know for a fact it's all about the newer players.
And who's in charge again? Cynthia Williams and
Cynthia
Bucko.
Williams.
What they used to do? Run video game shit.
Oh yeah. And to get back into Vault Apprentice here is I plan on doing different positive things. In fact, one of the things I wanted to talk about, and we can go a little bit longer today because I didn't go live yesterday, so we're fine.
Sure, yeah. I don't work today,
right.
so I can stay a little longer.
Man, I'm angry. Let's yell.
All right. So
Papa Hasbro, yep.
So part of this whole like I didn't expect this whole this topic to go as long as it was because I really didn't want to draw like super a lot of attention on how I felt about these channels, but there's so many good points that were made. So many good.
Yeah, but hey, at least you're not putting them like you're not naming anybody, but I
Right.
think I know who you're talking about. And if you're talking about one of them, I'm gonna be sad, but I'll talk to you about that later.
No, I like I said there's like 6 people, and I said there's probably a lot of people you don't know about, like because like there's other people out there, you know.
Oh, I know.
But
There's
like,
more people out there? No way. I live in Montana. No way.
Right? So
That's 5. We're the only 5.
it's only 5.
There's like girls and stuff in the world. What?
Well, so one thing I want to talk about is the evolution of the Tortoises channel, right? Because I've been like, if you haven't noticed, there's been what's that echoing from?
I don't know.
Not me. I was muted.
All right,
Not me.
It's
Right.
either Stasis or Papa.
it's probably Papa Bear. Do you have our chat up, Dad?
What's that?
Do you have the chat up? Do you have the video up? Like, do you have something playing? Like mute?
No. I just got you and everybody else. I don't have any other sources right now.
I'm gonna try something really quick. All right. Yep, it was Papa Bear. All right, we're gonna have you on mute for a minute. So what I want to talk about is like there's been an evolution happening in my channel. The evolution is I'm not pulling out of Magic the Gathering, but I'm starting to evolve into different things other than Magic the Gathering. Hence, you notice my thumbnail video, my Friday night gamings. Plus, I have a lot on my plate coming on because I'm also working on a secondary channel with the wife, so she can have her own channel on budgeting, which was part of the things that Prime and I just talked about. How we're saving for money for Ixalan and going to start saving money for Ravnica Remastered. You know, because of the things we're gonna want, I'm gonna want, and the things we want to look forward to. Plus, you know, life gets in the way, and I don't want to focus on the negative. I want to start focusing on not branding myself because I'm already working on branding, but I want to start focusing on building a community with you guys. Like, you know, Prime and I still doing our Wednesday thing. I don't know if he wants to play games tonight or actually just have a chat. Hillbilly, you know, I like having him on. I want to build a community with him. I want to start building a YouTube community that doesn't always have to be focused on Magic, because I want to start building a community that like helps each other. A community that tells me that my thumbnail sucks when it sucks, and it tells me that I could have done better. Because I think one of the things we need is honest criticism, and I know Prime for a fact, and Stasis Orb for a fact will give me that criticism for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Slap you down back to reality, boy.
right, right. But I want to start building a healthy YouTube.
Beat you like Cookie should have.
I want to start building a healthy YouTube building community. I want to start help building up everybody in the community up, and I want to start building a community all together.
Well,
And
then I'm out because I'm toxic as
well,
fuck.
you're not toxic. You're not that toxic. You know, you're probably
I'm that toxic.
You're not that toxic. You know, what makes you neat is I want people like you who speak honestly in your feelings and your opinions and your facts. I want you to have a good place. And what I want to start with the creep is I want to start building a stronger relationship with you guys and the community, and not to become a central hub, because I don't think I'll be the central hub, but I want to be a backbone of some of the stuff that you learn. I want Prime to be someone who builds up positively and help him gain the traction he wants. I want Stasis Orb, as soon as he ever starts his community, I want to be able to help him get on his feet there. And I want us to be able to revert back and spit ideas, so we're creating a positive, creative energy. Because Stasis Orb might cover Magic, doesn't mean he's always going to cover Magic. He plays games. He can probably learn. Like, I don't know if he knows how to stream games online yet, but he can definitely get there and do it.
I play a lot of board games. A lot.
Time is my worst enemy on that. Oh no,
Right.
Did I make Coochie mad?
No, he probably had to go.
And you muted him, so
Yeah, he said my voice has been silenced. Yeah, sorry, dude. The echo is terrible bad.
my voice has been silent.
Silenced.
Sorry, you were echoing really bad.
Yeah, we're getting really bad feedback on your end.
Is it still echoey?
Doesn't sound like it now.
Doesn't sound like it. Whatever you did must have fixed it. I don't know what's going on. Because you'd be talking and you hear this in the background.
Could have been just a bad connection.
It could have been just a connection issue.
Yeah.
Mic feedback happens. But yeah, yeah, I totally respect that, Darc. You know, do what you want to do, man. I tell people sometimes, don't let people influence what you want to do, man. It's honestly like, if you want to build a better community, I mean, focus on what you think you need to do it. And
Right.
you know, I'm sure Prime here and Hillbilly, even your dad, support it all the way. We all will, you know.
Right.
I think we all have a mutual respect there. I feel like, especially in this community and this, the group of friends that we have here, and I understand Prime thinks he's toxic, but he's just truthful. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm the same
Right.
way. I could be toxic too, but I don't need to be.
Well, we all can have that negative feeling.
Oh,
Doesn't
for
mean
sure.
it's toxic. How we feel is how we feel. Now, if we continue the process of being toxic, that's when it becomes toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
what I
for
want
sure,
to do,
yeah.
I want to start pushing us to make good, better content. Like Prime makes good content. He doesn't do it all the time because time is against him, like he's saying, between work, scheduling, and everything else in his life. But when he makes content, it's usually good content, like him opening up a product or a couple of his Las Vegas edits that he's done. Hillbilly never talks bad about Magic on his show. And that's because he's always playing Magic. He's always enjoying it. The most thing he complains about is when he has a bad loss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
yes. The other day it was so funny, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Hillbilly and I played a game of Magic, and he played this mono green deck,
Mhm.
and he hit me for I think it was 157 damage. It was so ridiculous. I was like, wow, I'm so dead. All trample. I was like, yep, I'm dead.
Yeah, I was gone during that time. But James was telling me about it later, and he's like, "Yeah, it's like, hey, Hillbilly, did you know you're playing against Andrew?"
Yeah, he knew.
Man,
Yeah.
you knew. That's pretty cool.
I invited. I mean, just like my channel, the way I run it. You're a viewer. You want to play? Hey, here's my gamer tag. Send a challenge. We'll play.
Right.
Yep.
So what I want to do is like my goal for the future is, even if not everything I do is to cover Magic, I want to start building a stronger, healthier, more vital community. Because not only do I have certain skills and stuff to offer, but I want my content to start representing the community I want, which is the whole premise I wanted this video to be about, more than like all that bullshit we talked about earlier. It's not bullshit.
it's not bullshit.
It's fact. It's fact and opinion based on valid form. But what I wanted to get to is I want to talk about how I think we need to structure a community, build a solid community, because like Prime is a really good person of the community. He might feel like he's negative a lot of time, but he has really strong emotions and he loves the game dearly. And I want him to start emphasizing the love he has for the stuff he does. And if Stasis or ever starts a channel, it doesn't have to be a Magic channel all the time. You can stream Arena if you learn how to do that. You can stream your board games if you know how to do that, which that's a little extra steps, but I know how to do it. But or if you want to play video games, that's still fine. What I want to do is I want us to start building a interwoven community that wants to grow together, be strong, and support each other no matter how different we are. No matter how different our content may be. I want us to build the creep. I want us to be the creep, and the creep. Like I said, I'm trying to work on a creed that being part of the creep is about, and maybe that'll be a community effort there, like things we want to stand by as a community, not a cultish community. We're not going to have like certain rules where we require blood sacrifices every month, but
I was looking forward to that.
but I want to I think the morning coffee can start representing what we want, what we want the creep to be, the community to be. I want to bring into light, and I want to bring into flesh. I know that's a weird analogy there, but I want to bring into light and bring into flesh the positive growth of our community. And I want to be a positive light and a positive influence on your channels. I want you guys to be a positive influence on my channel, and I want us to grow together. And I think like a bundle of sticks. Like if you have a bundle of sticks, it's almost impossible to break the bare hands. I want us to become that tight knit, of a community, and I want us to be accepting of trying to help people and become better. You know, I want for us to be positive in the ways we can be positive. I don't want to complain about everything. I don't want to just drag on. What led this moment of truth to me, this moment of epiphany, this moment of realization is I'm getting tired of people just shilling for money, the bullshit they're saying on their channels with no backup to it. You know, and all I need to learn from that is I need to do my own thing. I need to back up from it. I need to find a better positive light, and I want to incorporate everybody I can with this change, because I think what we need in our community of people is the betterment of each other and not the worst of everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that is a valid point. So you're actually going to restructure your channel in another direction, but you're still going to have it's still going to be the roots of your channel, right? Where you started off? Or is that?
I'm not going to delete any video I have.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, today's topic, if you want to call it topic, is about what your plans are moving forward.
Right.
Right. So everything you've done in the past is still there. People go back there and watch all your videos and, you know, and get information off of it. But now you're in a new direction. It's, you know, you should call your channel the Creep, because that's what you would want.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. Like, well, let me see if I can. Well, okay, I'm gonna see really quick. I'm gonna see if I can find something I did before. Nope, desktop. Oh yeah, because like I posted this on my thing before, and I've sent it to a couple people, but I actually did this before, and I thought it was funny. But cool. It was actually designed this little creep thing. Hey, super fast tortoise, official member of the creep.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how dorky I am.
It's a little plaque I can put on my wall.
Right?
If it's all right, if it's okay, I want to push somebody's channel right now.
Yeah.
Waffles Bros.
Huh.
He puts out some arena videos.
Right. Well, I just want to show it. Like I was playing around with that idea. Like, you know, if we had someone like people who like if I got channel memberships eventually, because I will have it in the next few months. I'll have channel memberships available. And I'm like, well, if I get that, you know, I could be like, here's a plaque you can have for being a membership, you know, being part of the creep. But I don't know how serious I am on that right now. So, but like, you know, I'm just playing around with ideas as they come, because one thing I will not deny and will not lie about is money will become a thing about the channel, like everybody else's channel. What we want is a strong community,
right?
Not just to be focused on making that income. I mean, Stasis Orb knows how to make a good omelet.
Yeah.
You're always welcome to my house, you know.
Oh, you need a chef, is what you're saying? Gotcha.
Oh yeah. Well,
Well, since we're talking about money, how much are you gonna pay me?
He's mine. Back up.
We'll pay you $1 an hour.
That's my Costanza. Back up.
You know, $1 an hour. Damn.
I'm kidding.
Almost
Right.
my
Say no.
specialty.
But no.
Yeah, and it's look, this is the way I see it, and I'm very like I'm a very open-minded person. You know, I think like regardless of what, you know, what you feel you need to do to rebrand yourself, Derek, or if you're looking to rebrand yourself, or just make sure that, you know, it's always a decision you're making and not someone else's. You know, that's something that, you know, can't let other people tell you what you can and can't do on your channel. I just
Right.
and I understand you want to be like a what was that, Prime?
I was gonna say something funny, but I refrained.
Okay. Fine. But it seems like you are trying to like be a voice for the community, which is fine. But you have to, I don't know. It's hard to say, especially with Prime hit it right on the head as well. With like YouTube is so fucking fake. Like it's where all the shit just goes to, and people can either agree with you or disagree with you, whatever it may be.
Right.
But to be a voice and say that you want to help out, that's a big step. That's a big leap because there's a lot of people involved and everyone doing different things. The only one of the concerns I would have about that though is the fact that are you going to be biting off more than you can chew? And it seems like you already have your hands full pretty heavily as it is, between your channel, your wife's channel, and making content and stuff like that. Don't overstress yourself. Worry about. I think honestly, we're all kind of this way. We should all worry about the content we're making,
Right.
or we're developing,
Mhm.
and have other people support us. Yes, absolutely. If I started a channel, and I'm sure if I asked you guys like, hey, can you guys help me do this? I'm pretty sure you guys are more than happy to, pointers and stuff like that and help support me. And ultimately that's all I would ask. I don't need, I'm not going to demand, Derek, you made my
I need money.
Yeah, well, I guess no. I don't honestly. It's not even for me. It's not about the money. Like I enjoy content. I enjoy good content.
Right.
I just don't entirely know what good content is. Now I did work with. I had a friend named Josh. He's a streamer on Twitch. He still is, but at one point he was quite big. He well, not big, but he had, I think, like 2,700 subscribers, and he got like a partnership because he played a lot of Destiny and he was really good at Destiny. He played competitively and he was insanely good. He was just a really good player. And he decided to stop streaming for like a year. And then he came back and got into it. And he didn't even hit anywhere remotely close to where he was.
No, that's just oversaturation of the market with everybody. Like,
right.
Since the pandemic, nobody wants to work. Everybody thinks that they can go on YouTube.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works at all.
Or Twitch or whatever. Yeah, everyone's like, I'm going to be a pro game streamer. It's like, well, no, you can't just.
Everybody's like, I want to be a reseller. I want to do everything that I can work out.
Or I want to resell stuff. It's like, dude, no, like,
yeah. There's a lot of issues in regards, like,
if I'm a pro gamer streaming Magic together, how come I ain't making $1,000 a month off of it?
For a day? Why not a day, Hillbilly? Don't sell yourself short.
Exactly.
Don't sell yourself short. $1,000 a day.
You're one of the more enjoyable streamers I've watched playing Arena.
Yeah, I would say, Hillbilly, I enjoy your streams. I really do. You're modest. That. You're humble. Yeah.
Well, that humble as fuck, and like, goddamn, when I'm away and somebody's like listening to my phone, they're like, "What are you watching?" It's the funniest shit trying to explain who Hillbilly is.
But yeah, it's just one of those, like, I think Hillbilly, you just keep doing it and keep sticking to it, man. It'll just happen over time, and that's the thing too, is like when it comes to streaming content and everything like that, if you set, like, that's one of the biggest things with streaming is if you set a schedule for yourself and you stick to that schedule and you treat it like an actual job, you're going to be more successful than someone who just occasionally makes videos here and there. But it eventually, I mean, yeah, you can be around making videos for a long time and, still only have, maybe 3 or 4 subscribers, or there are people that are still doing it. But I always feel like if you put in the time, you put in the content, people are going to see it regardless. And something, and then people who browse channels like YouTube channels, they're in that quick mind thinking process, right? They're just going to watch maybe a few minutes of it. And if it's something that's intriguing to them, they're going to stick around and watch it. If not, they're just going to move on. And that's kind of like what all of it is. Like,
yeah. For me, It's about the person's voice more than anything.
Yeah,
Like,
for
you
sure.
sound annoying
No,
or
and
pretentious,
the people
I'm out.
involved, right? Like, for example, I don't know if you're familiar with Game Grumps, but
I am.
there's a lot of games they play that I don't care to watch them play the game. I just enjoy
No, me
listening to
neither.
them banter at each other because they're so freaking hilarious.
Yup.
I love them. Like I wanted to see them this month.
Come
last
on, game developers,
they came
get
to
together.
they came to Indianapolis last
Cool.
month, and I wanted to go see them so badly. It would have been a lot of fun. But I'm just saying, like, if you keep continuing to make the content and you stick to schedule, like this whole morning coffee thing, eventually something's gonna click, and we're gonna have a handful of people listening to our random nonsensical joking, everything. But I'm glad you're sticking to the schedule, and that's important. That really is, because like I said, like when my buddy Josh, when he stopped streaming for a year and came back, he couldn't even get anywhere close to where he was. But that's just because he took so much time off. Those people that were watching him play or following him went somewhere else. They were like, "Oh, we're not getting content from this guy anymore. We need to move to someone else." And then they get sucked into someone else's channel, and then you just lost all those people. So,
Oh yeah.
but
See, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get all Prime subs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Prime sub.
Hey, I'm going to sign off. You
All
guys.
All right.
Love you, Daddy.
Really, great conversation today. Keep it up. Super Tortoise.
Woohoo!
All right, you guys, whatever you're doing, make sure you're successful at it. Have a good day.
Later.
Take care.
Later.
I'm not trying to take nobody's subs.
Well,
I just do me.
Well, look, here's the truth, right? When I first got in this community that we had, the small community, we got a lot of subs from each other. I got a lot of subs from other people, but the truth is if you get focused in a small community, you're not going to grow. Right. What you want to do is you want to build a community that keeps on growing, and you want to build a community that has diversity in it. You want a community of people who support you. You want a community of people who are open to the changes they're willing to make on their own part. Not saying you're going to tell them to change. People are going to change the way they're going to change, and you want to be able to grow on your own. Like I'm like Hillbilly, you got subscribers I don't have, which is still good. All right. And I'm not trying to fish your subscribers from your channel to mine. I mean, the subscribers I've gotten from your channel, amazing. But I know a lot of your subscribers enjoy arena content while I don't play arena myself.
Right.
But
if they want to come over here and watch you, that's fine. I don't care.
Right. That's completely fine. I just want to build what I want to build is a community of us creators.
Yep.
And I want us creators to start expanding and building each other up and finding a good reach to be positive. Magic the Gathering or not, I want us to become stronger, because what I want is to have a healthy, positive, encouraging community that doesn't focus on one problem and just sticks to it without any real leadership. That's what's going to be amazing. I want us to have leaderships. I want us to each to take leadership in what we do, and I want us like if Stacy Thorpe started a channel, I know for a fact he'd be a great leader of his channel, and a great branding manager of his channel. Yes, that's the word, branding manager, because he'll learn all that stuff if he doesn't know already, which I'm pretty sure he does. I want us to be able to communicate, share ideas, and grow. I want us like if Andrew got into Call of Duty, and I never got in Call of Duty, I still want us to come up with ideas, because maybe Stasis Lord will look at one of my videos or one of my lives and says, well, you know what? I like what you do, but there's something like this that I think you can work on. I want that kind of community. I want us to find ways to build each other up.
Well, let me tell you a little bit of something about my channel.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, Prime.
I gotta
go.
Bye.
Bye. We love you.
When I first started streaming, I didn't hardly get any subs whatsoever. But I just kept at it. And then I did a YouTube search one time on YouTube. Fish games popped up. Well, so I subscribed. He was doing, magic content. So I'm like, magic content. Cool. So I subscribed to him. He was doing a giveaway. And I actually won one of his giveaways. Well, and anyway, before that, I was struggling hard. Couldn't get no subs to watch me at all.
Mhm.
Well, after I met him, I met Mr. DJ Longhair, met you, Tortoise, and I met Prime, Twiddler, and a bunch of others.
Right.
Now, since I met y'all, my channel has begun to boom. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I mean, y'all don't know how much I appreciate each and every one of y'all for helping me and helping my channel grow. I think I would still be struggling because I did not have that, what you would call a community. All I had was myself.
Right. And I think that's really sweet. And I feel the same way, that the community is an important aspect that we have. I just think right now the community we have is being taken for granted in the way it is. And I think, like I said, it's ballsy of me to say some of the stuff I said today, but it's very bold of me, and it's different from what I normally would do. But I definitely feel the need for a change in the community, a change in movement, and that's what I'm trying to aim for, is to make a positive effort, because I want more positivity. Like, we're gonna have to change, we're gonna have to do things our own way, we're gonna have to have our own goals, but I think our unified goal is to build each other up, and I think that's the focus we need.
Yep. I mean, my channel, I was like, when I first started, I was like, why am I doing this? How am I getting no subs?
That's hard.
But I said, oh well. I'm still having fun, so I might as well continue on. And then next thing I know, Fish Games pops in the picture.
All right.
And then after Fish Games, everybody else started popping in the picture, and my subs started. Yeah. Now I'm at 266. I never thought I'd be at 266, much less 100.
And I think if you keep, I think one of the things that is really, really awesome, and eventually, as you keep doing it, because it's going to happen, is those your viewers, and you challenge your viewers and stuff like that. I think that's absolutely amazing. Pretty soon you're going to have more challenges than you'll be able to play through. You'll have to roll dice to see who you're picking.
Right.
Well, I got this from challenging my viewers from another content creator that does it once a month. And he has one of his moderators to go in to keep up with who's next and everything. So I may have to go that route one of these days.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're going to have to, right? Because eventually your channel is going to be big enough. So you're going to have, even if you, I would say an average, I would say, like, let's say you had 200 viewers. That's a lot of people in your watching your stream, right? And as soon as you start getting to that point, and I would say right now, like, I don't know I know you want lots of viewers, obviously you want your channel to thrive and everything like that. What would you say, like, would be like a goal you would want? How many viewers do you want? 25, 30? What do you feel like would be a good solid, like, checkpoint for you to hit?
For what, battles?
Just for your channel, like, for example, right? So I've noticed with, like, some of the big YouTubers, they have, like, a specific goal of viewers that they have to hit, right? Because otherwise, because YouTube pays them, etc., and they have to hit, like, I think, like, maybe, like, I think, let's take Tim the Tatman, for example. I think he averages like 25, 30,000 viewers every time he streams. But he has to hit that every day. Like, every time he streams, he has to hit that consistent number. Now, I'm not saying that that's that's like on the high end scale because he has millions of subscribers. But like I would say, like what would be a fun goal for you to reach? Like, do you think like maybe 30 viewers would probably be like a good checkpoint for you? Or
Actually, if I had 30 viewers watching me during my live streams, I'd go nuts.
that's fair. That's fair because that just means it's more content going out there and people are getting more aware of it. But I feel like eventually, like the route you're going, absolutely. I love the content you make. I think you're just a very humble individual, and you're awesome to watch. I think as you grow and keep doing, what you're doing, you're gonna get there. I mean, it's without a doubt. Especially nowadays. So
Well, I try to bring a little bit of comedy in with my channel. If you haven't noticed that, I do bring a little comedy in it.
Yeah, exactly. You're easy to like relate to. You so that I can just chill and just watch.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anyways,
Well,
what's up, Darc?
I actually have to get off because I got some editing to do on another video for the wife and stuff.
Okey-dokey.
But
When's it coming? I got one question before
What's
you
up?
go. When's it coming out?
Well, if everything goes right, it should be out tonight.
All right.
Ooh.
Make sure I can watch that then.
All right. And if anything, it'll be pushed till tomorrow because I have to edit this video, then I have to make dinner, then I have to film a video tonight. I got a lot on my plate. But I love the interaction. Thank you, everybody who's been on the channel. Thank you, Hillbilly, for joining. Stay Slower for joining. You guys are awesome. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing, new subscribers. You guys are awesome. And until next time, my friends, please stay safe, have fun, play wise, and
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil